good's a perfectly roasted chook, particularly when it's served with potatoes and a delicious sauce? Now, usually we'd serve this with a gravy, but I'm going completely French today and serving it with a bearnaise sauce. So before we get onto the sauce, let's get this chook into the oven. I'll add some spuds. So these are kipfler potatoes. I've given them a good scrub and I've left the skin on. Kipflers are really waxy potatoes, so they're going to hold their shape as they cook. They're perfect for roasting and they're going to cook in the same amount of time as our chook. So I'm going to put it all together. So into this dish, I'll also add some beautiful thyme, along with a few cloves of garlic. You don't even need to peel it, we're just going to bruise. Fantastic, and they can go in and around the bird. Just a small drizzle of extra virgin olive oil and a good pinch of salt. So on the spuds and also our chicken. And that's as simple as it is. So this goes into the oven, 180 degrees, and it's going to cook for about an hour, a little bit more. Just going to keep an eye on it, toss the potatoes as it cooks. So for a bearnaise sauce, we need a real vinegary concentrated base. So 2 shallots, I'm just going to slice. With a bearnaise sauce, you can strain out any of the bits and pieces in it, or you can leave it. For me personally, I don't mind little chunks of French shallots in it. So what I'm going to do is just run my knife through it a few times so it's not going to be too chunky. So that's fine enough. So that can go straight into a pot, and we need a little pepper, but I don't want little speckles of pepper, so I'll add 3 peppercorns. And bearnaise sauce is classic because of the tarragon that you add to it. So a few sprigs of tarragon. So just break that up. We'll pick out the stalks later on. We'll turn this on. So just onto a medium to high heat, and we'll also add some vinegar. So some white wine vinegar is fantastic for this. Give that a swirl, and this now needs to bubble away until it reduces, so you've got about a tablespoon of liquid left. Now, the butter. So the butter really ties this whole sauce together. It is a buttery sauce, so use a really good quality Australian certified organic butter. I'm using unsalted for this recipe because I'm going to be adding some more salt later. You'll need about 3/4 of this block, and in the traditional way of making a bearnaise, you would just use small cubes of the butter, but I like to make this into a clarified butter. So to make clarified butter, it's as simple as cutting these into some cubes, popping it into a pot, and I'm just going to melt it, let it foam away and bubble, and then we'll turn it off, cool it down slightly, and you'll see the milk solids. That's what we want to remove. And then we've got our components ready to make our bearnaise sauce when the chicken is resting. Okay, our chookie has come out of the oven, isn't it gorgeous? And like always, you need it to rest. So this is the perfect time to finish off the sauce. I've got my clarified butter. I've just strained it into a jug, so there's no milk solids whatsoever in that. And then this is our reduction. So you can see there's about a tablespoon left. We're gonna pour that into a bowl, and then we can start adding our eggs. Now for my recipe, I need 3 yolks. So we'll just separate them straight into our reduction. And I like my bearnaise to have a real tang to it. So that's why I've got a little bit more vinegar than usual in this. So 3 yolks, and then we can start whisking this. We'll pop that onto a bain-marie. Essentially, it's a pot with some water down the bottom of it. I'll turn that on. We just want that onto a medium to low heat. What we're trying to do here is gently cook the eggs, but not scramble them. So you want to constantly whisk until this is doubled in size and it's thickened. Then I'm going to start drizzling in the butter. This sauce is to die for. It is just delicious. All right, that bearnaise is looking stunning. Look how thick and glossy it is without it splitting. That's what you want. And that's why you do make that clarified butter for this. It just gives you that extra stability. So we need to finish this off. First of all, we need to season it. A good pinch of salt in a bearnaise. Fold that through. and that fresh tarragon is what we're after. A nice handful. If you like, you could add some other herbs to this like chives and parsley, or just keep it super traditional with just that one herb. Finely chop the tarragon and then in it goes. Okay, let's pop that to the side for now and prepare our chicken to plate up. So chicken has rested nicely. We'll take that out and you can serve a thigh, breast, whatever you like. I'm a bit of a leg and a thigh kind of gal, so I'm just gonna cut that, turn it around and just take that off. Look how perfectly cooked this is. See how it just falls off? That is making my mouth water. We'll pop that onto the plate. And then our potatoes, our glorious, perfectly cooked spuds. They've held their shape. They've sort of taken up the juices of the chook to just put a generous amount on the plate. A little salad to go with this. So this is just a combination of mesclun. I have some more tarragon in there and some fresh parsley. You just want that freshness. And what I like to do is just add a small splash of vinegar or some fresh lemon juice, so just a drizzle in there. And instead of using some olive oil for this, see all these pan juices? There's so much flavour in there, so we just want a small amount. It has cooled down. We just drizzle that into our salad and we just coat the salad in that just ever so slightly. See how it's just glossy? That's what we're after for a salad like this. We'll pop that on the side. Oh, look at that. And then the pièce de résistance, that beautiful buttery sauce. Without doubt, you need a generous spoonful right on that chicken. Just let it drape down. And there you have it. That is a French bistro classic. It shows technique on making that very, very famous buttery sauce, the bearnaise sauce. Serve it with steak if you like, but if you haven't tried it with a roast chook and you want to impress your friends and family, this is the way to do your Sunday roast. Ooh, can't wait to tuck into this one.